I am going to make myself a little bit of case so I can just kind of drop this in so that it'll basically fix to the side of the tractor housing, the doghouse area in front of me. And I don't want it really covered. If so, I can always throw a flap over it. But basically I just want it so I can just slide my phone in so that it's there, so I don't have it in my pocket all the time when I'm working around the tractor, because I have the Bluetooth hooked up, so this is just sitting there, it's fine. So I found this fits just enough to give me my little bit of slop. Alright, so that's going to be fine. And I'm going to have some ABS plastic. I believe I got some ABS plastic around here. If not, I may have enough kydex to do it. And I'm going to use this press that I've made, and you'll see me using it again. Well, I found this. This is kydex. The ABS plastic that I have is a little thicker, and it doesn't form quite as well or as sharp with the heat that I can get it into back here. I just don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do or not. There's enough of it so I don't have to worry about that. There's the phone. So we have enough of it. You know what? Worst comes to worst, I waste a piece. I got nothing small enough to actually use this on, so let me use this. Let me heat it up. Alright, now we're going to see what happens. I'm thinking I want to get it hot enough. I actually want to try to wrap it around it so that it actually folds over itself. Now if not, it's going to be just wrapped over and pinched. And I really don't want to pinch. Even if I have to, maybe just lay it over it and press it down. And then I can bolt it onto another piece instead of making a pocket out of it. I really don't know yet which way we're going to go here. But we'll try it. That's all I can do. So it's hot enough, so I'm going to go get it. And we'll see what happens. Now what I'd like to really do with this, like I said, is take it and just fold it right over itself like that. I don't do it this way. If I have to trim a part of it, I can, but that's what I'm looking to accomplish. Take this piece, put it over that to kind of hold it in place. We'll see what happens. For those of you who can't see what I'm doing here, let me see, I think I got time. All I'm doing is I'm ratcheting these down to put weight on the, and making sure that it's straight. I have a problem with this one ratchet here for some reason. I don't understand why, to be honest with you. It's one of the teeth on it just doesn't want to hold. Sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. And if you don't get it right on that tooth that wants to hold, it wants to just unravel all the way. So I may have to change this one strap. So anyway, that's being pressed into play. Now I don't know how it's going to come out because I totally wrapped it, as you've seen. I may have been better off just laying it over, letting it contour this way and out, and then I could have just, you know, Chicago screwed it down to a back plate of some sort, or just used the back side of the tractor as a back plate. So there's a number of things I could have done. but I wanted to see how this is going to work. Now if this doesn't work, Kydex is pretty forgiving. I can heat it up again. However, I had tried that once with kydex, and I heated it up twice, and the second time, or the third time actually, that I heated it up, and I went to use it, it just shattered. So it lost its integrity over the heatings. Now I don't know if Kydex will do that or not. Again, it's only for the phone. I'm not using it for a gun. So to do it one more time, I don't think I'll have an issue. I'm pretty sure it'll be sufficient. I don't know how many times you can actually heat it before it loses its integrity, its strength. I know the kydex, the clear, actually this stuff right here, I heated this up once, didn't like the way it came out. Heated it up again, it was close. I figured out what the problem was. Heated it up the third time, it was okay, but once it dried and I went to work with it, it just shattered. So that didn't work. So I'm not crazy about the kydex. Holstex. Carbon fiber, I like the way that works. And naturally the kydex. So anyway, I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes and I'll turn it back on in a minute. You know, while that's doing what it's doing in there, for those of you who didn't see the video that I made on this some time ago, I wanted to make a kydex press. I got tired of using the clamps when you had to keep screwing down. I'm not doing it for a living. I just do it to tinker for myself. I made a few holsters for myself and a few holsters for a friend of mine. But other than that, I'm not into it to make a living out of it. However, I do want to make it quick, simple, and easy. So what I had done was I built this press. Now, if you look at it, you'll see that it's doubled. Let me turn the screen around so I can see it. We got some good heavy ply, and then I ran another set of ply, and I ran this one the opposite way, and it's one sheet smaller, so that's going to help me with the strength and any warping issues. And I did the same thing with the top. Then I bought the foam from the knife shop or something. I forgot where it was on the internet. You know, it's for presses. Then what I did was, originally I came right across the top with a set of straps. As you see the straps that are on there now, I came right across the top with them. However, I noticed when I was tightening it down, it wasn't giving me an even pressure because the center was kind of still loose and it was real tight on the ends. So that's when I put these into play. What this is, in here, it's a 2x4 that I cut out, and then I took some ply and I put it up here so I got a channel so that the strap goes right into that channel for me. Now originally I had a couple of rings on the bottom so that I was just able to hook the straps to it. But the rings started getting in the way, the straps kept falling off. You know, it was just more of a nuisance trying to get it to everything to work when you're trying to work with a piece of stuff before it cools. So what I finally did was I took the new straps, gave myself enough, took it under, and stapled them from underneath as well as on the side, so we have the strength of the board actually holding it. And then what I do is I put these little pieces here across the bottom so I can put it on the table saw with a couple of those clamps. So now instead of using 4 of these, you know, around the sides and trying to tighten them down evenly, I just use a couple to hold this here. Now if this was going to be a permanent thing, I would just bolt this to the top of a table someplace, you know, and that was it. But because I don't use it permanently, I just use it temporarily when I need it. That's what's happening. By the way, this is going down a little bit. I don't know if you noticed. It used to kind of hang over here a little bit. Hello. So anyway, so much for that. So I don't know if that's cool yet or not. Let me see. Yeah, it might be cool enough to open. So let's open it up and see what happens. Bing! Now that's the one I told you about was loose, so that's the one I gotta change. Actually, I bought a couple of these straps. There was like five sets or 4 sets for like 20 bucks. So for this use, they come in just fine. But they do bite you when it's not working right. In this case, you've seen it. So I got to change that. So let's see what happens here. All right. Well, it's not too bad. It's not perfect. I can just cut that off right there. All right. So that's not too bad. It folded over pretty decent in there. I would have liked to have seen a little bit cleaner here. But you know what? I'm not concerned about that because again, it's only for the phone. So we shouldn't have an issue with that. So now to loosen it up enough to get the block out of there. There we go. Come on, let's be nice. Don't get stubborn now. Hold on. Hold on. I don't need a 5-in-1. All I need is this one. That's what happens when you use a rough piece of plywood to make a form out of. There we go. Okay, so if that was on the tractor, which it's going to be, the phone fits right in for me. And in this case, it'll fall right out the bottom. However, now you see it, now you don't. Hello, hello. And your card is, you know. Anyway, so that's it. So I'm going to trim this off, and I'm going to leave this just as it is. And the bottom, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to make this simple because it's, again, I want it to drain. I don't want it to hold water. So I may just drill a few holes, half a dozen holes across it, and weave a little paracord in the bottom. Alright, not a big deal. Like I say, for what I'm using it for, just to hold the phone, it doesn't make a difference. So let me trim this off, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so she's all trimmed off. Alright. Now what I can do is I'll buff that down to make it smoother, so it kind of like fits in. But I really don't care, actually. And at that point, I just got to do something to hold the phone in so that it doesn't drop through and out the bottom, which is not a big deal. Like I say, I think I'm just going to drill a few holes, and I've got some, well, I got 3 or 4 different colors of camo. Do I have any scrap hanging? No. So I got some camo over there. I got some earth tones. So I think I'm going to do that next, and then we'll work on the bottom. Alright, so anyway, so all I did was I drilled a few holes through it. The bottom is going to be open, so nothing can get in there as far as water, and yet the phone can be held in, so I'm not worried about that. So for what I needed to do, it's perfect. Alright, not a lot of time, not a lot of pain and effort, not a lot of money, and it works. Tie a knot on this, and then what I'll do is I'll cut it and burn the ends a little bit. Done deal. Do it just like it is. Screw it. Done. So I got a little something to hold the phone once I bolt it to the tractor. And again, that's going to be simple because I don't care too much. Like I say, it's for one reason. So what I'll do is I'll drill a little bit bigger hole in here, a couple little smaller holes when I go right through it, and I'll just screw this onto the tractor. And I am done. Plain and simple. And it works. So now I got something to hold the phone on the track. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Okay. So, done. So that's it. So let it be. There. It works. That's all I need it for. Nothing fancy. Just something to hold the phone in place. And it'll hold my other phone as well. So I don't have to worry about it. Or I can just even throw a couple pencils in there or something if I wanted. I need a pen or a pencil or something like that. But other than that, there she be. Does the job. I don't care what it looks like. It works. That's it. So, would have been nicer if it was black, but that can be remedied if I just want to spray it. But for now, like I say, it does what I need it to do.